morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's look at some potential for today. As y'all can see, I've already kind of been in the market. I was able to scalp some last night after I saw gold making some sales, and I wake up this morning to it selling even more with the structure that was there. So we're just gonna kind of mark up our charts and see what we've got going on today. Let me start the other stream that I have going, and then we'll get right to it. How's y'all's morning starting off? Mine's a little calm. As y'all know, I like looking out the window, so if I'm looking over to this side, that'll be the reason why. Because she nosy. But looking at gold, let's look at gold. Actually, let's look at, we've got about 8 a.m. my time. So we got less than 28 minutes before the market opens. So let's do some marking of the charts and talk a little bit about what we see. I hope you got your coffee. This is my second cup, so if I'm a little hyper, that'll be why. So I do top-down analysis if you've never been or watched a video or been in my live. We're a little laggy this morning too, so just bear with me on that. I have no idea why. But turn up the gain a little bit. Yeah, the gain's pretty high, so you should be able to hear me. And I've got the music. Turned to a volume setting that actually should work. Sorry, y'all. Okay, let's get to it. So on a daily time frame for NASDAQ, we reached our high at about, our daily high at about 24,066. So we'll mark that up with some red. And our support for the daily is right at about 22,787. So we got a nice little range here of about, let's see, for the daily about over 1,200 for the range, which is not too shabby. We also, for NASDAQ's going to drop down to the 4-hour time frame and make sure that our support and resistance is adjusted appropriately, and then spot out any other minor levels of support and resistance that we may find. So pretty much that's what we are doing. So if you look at the support on the daily that I marked up, it's pretty strong. It touched here, here, here. So if I look for this to come down past the previous level of support, we got this little minor area here, but from here to here, that's over 200 pips, y'all. I mean, You can easily set a sell stop right here if that's what we're doing, but we're waiting for the candles to continue to print. When the market opens, I want to see what it's going to do, so we're not getting anything until another 25 minutes or so. But yeah, so y'all could easily, outside of this minor level on the 4-hour today, if it continues down, y'all could easily get a good 100 to 200 pips if you choose to take it that far. So even though these areas look close together, because of the time frame that we're on, there's really quite a bit of distance. Also, if I'm looking at the rejection wicks here, because we didn't make a lower low, this may just head back up. There's some fair value gaps here, and remember that area of resistance, but we have a nice little range that we have to work with. So if we're dropping down to the lower time frames, as we see, we have that area. Sorry, I'm lagging. We have this area that these two support levels did not drop below. Actually, it's holding pretty good right here. So we're going to watch that on the 30-minute. We're going to watch it. And then it's the VWAP is breaking through it, so that means we got a little bit of consolidation and stuff going on. Dropping down to the 15-minute, it just confirms what we've originally stated. So let's just wait. If you're trading on the 15-minute, we did have that drop, but it's kind of, it's kind of consolidating. So let's just wait with NASDAQ. I don't have anything solid with NAS. The other day, I kind of figured that we were going to push above this area right here. I believe, I don't know if I have it on video or not, but we were anticipating that it would break above this area when the trend was over here. That way we could kind of get a good little free range to where we could make some solid pips without any, solid points without any interference. But that is not the case. So we're going to wait with NAS. I would probably wait for it still to break. If you're trading on the 30-minute, let me see if I draw the resistance from the 30-minute. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting stopped up. But there's one thing I'm excited about. So if we could break above all of that and on the 15-minute time frame, get up here, and just be mindful. We don't know on open what's going to happen. It could just shoot up and grab some liquidity, but the range is kind of on the upside right now. It's trending above VWAP and just the patterns that it has. And it's, I'm sure, going to break above the area here, but I really don't want that. It's not what I want for myself today. Let's go over, look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is on the daily time frame. Let me remove my previous drawings. Yesterday's daily reached to about 33.94, 33.95. It did not make a higher high from the previous day, but it is in a overall trend range. So what I would do for my resistance on today with gold is, let's do yellow. We love yellow. Yellow catch a fellow. And then for my daily range on gold today, I'm in support on gold today would be here. So on the daily time frame, this is what we're looking at, a break above or below this range. And like we did on NAS, the range could get you about 30. Goes a little different, so about 36. So even with that large time frame of the daily and the 4-hour, be careful, because it's not anything huge unless it breaks above the area here. So if gold chooses to do that, I'll probably get in, but it's just got to be something that it's worth doing. Also, if you look here on gold, which I'll do a different color, we have a level of support here. which I'm going to make it white. And then we have another level of support here, right below that, before we get to another major support level. So at what point do you call it a reversal? Or counter trend? You just don't know, because these ranges that are here, pretty large ranges. So we're gonna wait it out. Today I am up 791. So if I don't see something that's worth catching, I'm just gonna go with what I've got and be happy with it. But remember, the name of the game is not making the money or catching the pips. It's keeping it. That is one of the hardest things to do with this skill set, is keeping what you make. And that's why you have to be so disciplined to take A+ trades, or just be really selective when it comes to trades. Right now, I'm just watching. We got about a little over 10 minutes before market opens. As far as the news, we have a Trader Hub here that is, we cannot wait for all of the uncertainty to be behind us. You telling me? So right now the news is the Fed Collins. This morning there's been all kinds of news statements. So it says, I'm not that worried about inflation expectations moving up. He's worried about, or more or less focused on, how the downside risks are evolving. So he's pretty much wanting us to come out of what we're in as far as our status. We think we're kind of stagnant right now. So to see upside risks to inflations and downside risks on labor. He said he cannot wait for all the uncertainty to be behind us. Overall economic fundamentals are relatively solid. That is from Bloomberg. So let's see what we have here.
Those underlying fundamentals are still quite healthy.
Have we broken the disinflation vector here? Or do we sit at this Jackson Hole where we got a service vector and a goods vector nudging upwards?
I think my baseline is, again, it's going to remain elevated for some time related to those tariffs, which are still unfolding. There's a lot of uncertainty with that. But it's possible that we'll see more persistence. There are a lot of unusual dimensions of behavior right now, which means that some of the history doesn't give us as much of an indicator of how things are going to unfold. We got to realize that. But again, we can't wait until all of that uncertainty is resolved before we make our decisions. Those fundamentals are still healthy, and keeping that balance in mind of the mandate that Congress gave us for price stability and maximum employment is where I will keep my focus.
We just have about 30 seconds. What's Fed Chair Powell going to say? No one's listening. Well, I don't want to get ahead of the chair. He's going to talk about, obviously, the framework. We have had a robust process there, which I'm, feel really good about, and about what he's seeing in conditions and the outlook.
That was really good. Really good massaging. Boston Fed President Susan Collins. Thank you so much.
I didn't understand a word of that.
She's going to talk about, she's going to talk about economics. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that was really intent. I mean, look, this is a complicated moment. And as you said, I mean, you've got the president coming out and jawboning. At the same time, the economic story is really complicated here. That to me is what
There's an ambiguity to it.
Yeah, very much so.
I've seen that from a number of people. The Kitchus at SocGen is brilliant today on that. Yeah. It's just hugely ambiguous.
Which is a reason why I think all these different Fed officials have completely different views, as well as the economists and analysts coming up next. One of those views, Adam Posen of the Peterson Institute, will be joining us next. This is Bloomberg Surveillance on television and radio.
So that's where we are with that. This morning we had some German GDP news, and around 7 we had Jackson Hole Symposium, which will be all day. So we may have quite a bit of volume in the market. At 7:30 we had some Canadian retail sales news come out. but for the most part, on the U.S. side, for us, we don't have anything significant that's going to noticeably drive the market up or down. So the numbers coming out on the German side were lower than expected. And then the Canadian core retail sales is a little bit higher than expected. So none of those did any type of jolt on our end because it's all Canadian and German news. But we are going to continue to push forward on today being a Friday. So what we can do is get back to the charts. I lost my frame of thinking for a quick minute. Okay, so we analyzed gold. While I was able to get some sales, we're still waiting for the market to open so that we can get gold. Another thing that I have been doing is testing out or just kind of analyzing a indicator. Let's see if I can. So there's a strategy that's called opening range breakout, and it takes the first 15 minutes to give you a range of a candle. So say we were on the 15-minute time frame for gold. So the 15-minute time frame, it'll print a candle. Let's just use for an example the previous candle where we are. So the previous candle here, this was the high and this was the low of the previous candle. Being the opening range, the market is not open yet. So say the candle currently that's printing breaks out above. You take a 1-to-1. Above that candle. Just do 1-to-1. And you take a 1-to-1 above that candle. And let's see if I can get it here. Okay, that's a 1-to-1. So you take a 1-to-1 above that candle and allow it to take profit. And that's kind of like a breakout strategy. It's called ORB. There's an indicator on Trading View that you can play around with, but that is the hottest topic right now for trading strategies. I've not gotten to where I wanted to use it yet. A lot of people are blindly taking this strategy, and I would say that if the trend is going against the breakout, say the trend is down like gold is currently, and you take a breakout strategy above the trend, that is a counter trend trade. So the likelihood of you being successful over a long period of time is not likely. Anything can happen in the market, granted. So to be more profitable and to get more of a good average on this actual strategy working out for you, my suggestion would be to not trade it blindly as such, but to go along with whatever the higher time frame trend is. So I think you'll be more successful on that side. And being that you're waiting until about 15 minutes after the market opens to take the trade, that's not a bad thing, but just be mindful. Counter trend trading is a little bit more riskier, but it could potentially, it's been tried and tested. Just be careful, and if you want to be at a lesser risk level, Try trading with the trend. That'll help you out. So that's my little 2 cents on that, but I don't think that it's a bad strategy at all. But so gold on the 15-minute time frame has some resistance above the VWAP, a little bit below the VWAP, I'm sorry. So we're just watching and waiting. We do have some room for it to go on the downside. Good morning, Natasha. Hey, Chris. What up, ID? Let's see. See what the S&P is doing. Ooh, got some upside to the S&P, and the trend is up. Got quite a bit of upside. Let's see what we're doing on the S&P. We're breaking above the VWAP. Let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and here. So we got some little areas we could potentially encounter. Let's see what it does. These were already drawn up. S&P's not looking too bad. I've not really been trading my Forex account as much, but we're gonna get back to that too, y'all. Have y'all got into the little trend of the Labubus? Those little things. Have y'all seen the Labubus? See? I've been looking at them. I have one, but I wanted a whole box, and it's really hard to get an authentic one. So I've just been kind of not really stalking the pages, but keeping up with the news with them. So let's see.
To start a podcast with Riverside, all you need is a concept and a way to record it. Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.fm and open an account. And then you'll be able to capture high-quality video and audio from practically anywhere in the world. When it comes to editing, Riverside is perfect for beginners, even if you have zero experience.
Yeah, we're just wait. I mean, this is most of what trading is about is waiting. So we're just pretty much waiting right now, y'all. I am waiting. The easy part is analysis. The easy part is putting your skill to what you learn on the technical side to work. The hard part is risk management. The hard part is the emotional and the psychological impacts, your reactions to those in the market, and how you handle it. That will make or break you as a trader. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself when you're trading. It's been a long road for me. It was not an overnight success. And then at the same time, even when you feel like you've made it, you've still got some things to work out. So just be mindful. Trading is not something you get into and then the next few months you're a billionaire. It just doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. I didn't make the rules. But yeah, so we're waiting. We got about 4 minutes until the market opens. Hey Black, hey King, what's good? I also stream on other platforms, so if I am not talking directly with you, I am talking to some of the other followers that I have. But feel free to ask any questions, drop a comment. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're doing. I don't have the drama and the excitement, but I do and will teach you what I know in order for you to be successful over time. So it's over time. I want to stress over time. But I've had 2 cups of coffee. If I get another cup of coffee, it probably won't finish this live stream. But I actually like live streaming. I was kind of fearful for the past couple years to get on here and do it, but I was like, what the heck? What could I lose from it? Nothing at all. Just trying to share with my peeps and help y'all get in on this, because it's something I think it's necessary to invest in order to be extremely successful over the period of your life. No matter what you do, investing is, I think, needs to be a requirement. Why they don't teach it in high school and all these schools, grade schools as you're coming up. I mean, they'll teach you economics, but nothing in depth to where you can get out and say, hey, and then they don't stick with it. They teach you a course while you're in school for 12 years. They may teach you 1 or 2 courses, and they don't continue to apply it. But that's neither here or there. Sometimes we have to take the initiative ourselves. That's why I said it's important to invest in yourselves. So just make sure you're doing what's best for you. If there's something that you think you cannot do, that is your challenge. Challenge yourself. Because you can do anything that you put your mind to. I know it's cliche, but it's really true. So as we can see, ES is trying to break out. There's no close yet. We got about 1 minute and 5 seconds on this, and on the market open. So let's see how ES does. And gold has a huge volume bar, rightfully so. So we may have some action in the market today, y'all. We may have some volume. I'm looking at this range. So my range is a daily range. Remember, if you can draw zones and just pay attention to those zones. If the zone is large enough, depending on what you're trading, you can catch some ticks. So just have a strategy. Do what you think is best. I mean, everybody's different, and You know, we don't have two of the same traders. Does it mean that you're not successful as a trader? You don't know what you're doing? No, everybody has a different interpretation of it. Just like one person could say a sentence and it be interpreted 10 different ways if there's 10 different people in a room. So there we go. We are open. Let's see what the market does. And we'll go from there. What's up, Willie? So, take the drawings off. Yes. Ooh, Nas. Nas has quite a bit of volume. We want to see how the 15-minute candle is going to close on these. And then we'll kind of adjust. Level of support here. Let's see what it does. At the end of the day, your chart should be looking like this. This is normal because you're analyzing continuously. So if your charts don't look like this, I would kind of start trying to draw up your charts. Even though we do price action, we still need to see areas of support and different things that stand out to us. So that's what we're looking at. And we're waiting for the 15-minute candle to close. Let's look at gold and see what kind of adjustments we can make on gold. So we got a support level here on the 15-minute. And we have some resistance here. What did we say the overall trend on gold was? It was down, right? So look here. That's one of the major support areas on gold, and this is one of the major resistance areas on gold for the daily. But overall, it's a huge daily range. So don't know what time frames you trade on, but since we're on the 15-minute today, we want to break as it's doing now, and we want to close. Just keep an eye on gold. Gold wants to give us sales, but I'm wondering if it will switch up short-term moves or the better part of it long-term. Just look at the 25. We got 25 more minutes on the 4-hour candle, and look how this candle did not come down here to the support level, so we may be on the lower time frame in for an uptrend for today's short term. I don't know. Let's see. I Might take some buys. If y'all want something quick, if y'all want something end all be all strategy, I can't help you. But I can walk through you my frame of thinking while I'm going through it. If y'all just follow along. I don't have no gimmicks. I don't have no games. I don't have no quick get rich quick schemes. I'm just trying to do what's best for me, child.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
We have eight minutes, a little under 8 minutes left. Q, keeping an eye on NQ. We need to go back to ES. Look like NQ is trying to give us a rejection on the bottom side of it. Just see how these candles end. Patience is key. And you know what? It's not about me thinking that I'm the best trader or whatever. It's, as I go live, it's accountability for me because it helps me too. We all slip up. If you're in the game and you say you don't slip up, you're lying. Because we're all human. We're not robots. Do we want to get into the market and try and become robots by repeating what we do without the emotion attached, just like a robotic computer? Get in, apply your strategy, get out, just systematically. Yes, that's what we all aim at, but are we? Do we? No, we're human. So this helps me. There might be some things that I do on live stream that I probably shouldn't, like no stop loss sometimes, because I struggle doing that sometimes, or forget because this platform is a little difficult once you execute a trade. You can't preset everything before the trade is activated. So you have to make sure that if it triggers while you're away or not paying attention, you have to go in and set those parameters kind of like almost immediately. We got about 7 minutes left on our timer for our 15-minute time frame. And I need to drink more water today. That's what I need. Now, it looks like it's breaking out. Let's look at gold. Gold's breaking out too. I think today's gonna be a good day. And S&P has broken out. Will it retest? Is that the question that we asking ourselves? Will it retest? We don't know. We're gonna go with what we see though. There's some other things. I don't know if y'all trade. I don't know if y'all trade crude oil. Crude oil is a thing. Platinum is a thing. If I could find it, that's a thing. And there's one more I wanted to bring. The Dow's a thing. Dow's really running it up today. It's on the green side. Volume, I'll turn that on. My bad. My bad. And then copper and silver. Silver's the cousin of gold. Let's see. So we see how gold's doing, right? Let's see what the cousin do, because it usually follows close behind. There's the cousin. Gold's cousin's slow, but it comes along, honey. It's just slow. So that's the cousin of gold, just in case y'all didn't know. Okay, so we're here with gold. Gold is my thing. Y'all know gold is my thing. So Let's just keep paying attention. And then if we close, we got about 5 more minutes. If we close with it, that's what we're gonna do. What y'all got planned for today? It is Friday. Y'all going out doing anything? We have a concert we're going to tomorrow. So that's all I got planned. See how the concert gonna be. I bet it's gonna be pretty cool. Richard, got 3 minutes left on the 15-minute timer. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat today. I need to get out and do some stuff. How's the weather where y'all are? Because we got a little bit of rain coming in. Let me look at the weather. Weather for today says
Meet the women of our 2025 Confidence Project, empowering women entrepreneurs. The program has skill building, coaching, mentorship, and a chance to receive $20,000.
Hello, my name is Kiana, and I am the proud owner of Rome Key Event Venue. I'm Christian Franklin.
Sorry, y'all. I'm zoning out. Got about a minute and 45. Okay, so one of the main things to notice is, you see the high of the 15-minute candle is about 50 seconds. I'm gonna do an example of it. And then we're gonna try this breakout strategy. Let's do that. Y'all wanna do that? Let's see. In Q, it's probably a little too out. I'm gonna try it. I think we're probably best trying it on the go, like we said. So the high of the 15-minute and the low currently. It's not closed yet, so don't do what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to give y'all a general idea. Wait till the candle closes. Currently, that is our high. We will adjust it when the candle closes. So if I were going to take a breakout strategy, that's it. That's the high. And this is the low. Okay. And this is the low here. So if it breaks above or below the high, that's what we're doing. Okay, so this is the breakout strategy right here. Let's see if we're successful today. What I think it's gonna do is retest and continue or not, because you still have to analyze your chart. We're right there. It kind of made a little bit of a higher high, but let's just stick with it. Hey, Ricky. Hey, Keo. We're trading above the VWAP. So if it goes down and retests, I'll have a better entry. So this is kind of hard not to get more pips, more points, you know what I'm saying? So if you're just gonna wait for the breakout to happen, I don't know. Let's just see, y'all. I'm trying to experiment with y'all. So the trend, because it broke above VWAP, I would be more biased on the upside. So buys. But let's see what we get. If it breaks out above here, we're gonna do it 1-to-1. And that's what it's gonna be. Looks like it is retesting. And we got about 15 minutes. Girl, I don't know how to spell strategy. It's retesting right now, y'all. Man, if I can get in from that retest, it's hurting me not to click it. But if the current candle closes above the VWAP, and I can get in from that retest, that'll give me a better entry. But let's just see. The slight pullback is good. Let's see. also Asmadi. Looks like we may be going up. We're gonna follow this strategy all the way through, y'all. This is kind of like one of the ones I'm gonna have to sit on my hands on, but maybe not. You might be surprised. So, once this is hello. Hey. This is more or less like a hands-off approach. So we know, and you kind of want to do a hands-off approach anyway on your trading because it keeps the emotion, it keeps a little less of the emotion. Now you can go in and readjust, adjust, move your style, do stuff like that. But another thing this will keep you from is jumping in trades that could potentially range. Every now and then it'll go up and grab liquidity and put you into that range to where it'll fluctuate back and forth without really having a trend. But this kind of saves you too if you're doing market executions for stuff like that. You just want to hop in the market. It won't trigger it unless it's, probably going to be ranging. So what we're going to be doing is continuing to wait. Thank you, Ayo. Tabs, hey yo. I'm over here trading, so I'm live on YouTube. Thank you, appreciate it. Y'all, we're testing our orb strategy. This is the first trade that I'm gonna try it out in. I gave some key tips that will help you be more successful in your risk with this particular strategy. First of all, you want to trade with the trend in order to not blindly trade on this strategy. Second of all, you want to use proper risk management, which should have been first, but we're not. We're not going in the order of importance on this list. So as long as you have those two key things, we're going to see if it's going to execute and go according to plan. The usual take profit is risk to reward is 1-1. So that's where you're most successful at getting this strategy. And you may have some potential on some of these trades to even get more risk to reward. So let's just see, just first time for me trying it out. I'm trying to go along with what I think the trend bias for me is on gold today. So let's see if we have enough volume and enough of a trend to get it going. So I have my stop market buy and my stop market sell orders set, and we're just waiting for them to trigger. Like I said, if y'all know how to set your stop loss and your take profit prior to your stop orders being triggered, let me know. Looks like on the buys we're kind of wigging out. So we have news coming up too, y'all. At the next camp, got some news coming up. Let's see. And a lot of times you'll notice that if we have news coming up, it'll trigger. It'll range or consolidate before the news. So let's see what we got. We got about 34 seconds. Trying to see if we had news. Our 15-minute candle. We have buy and sell stop orders already preset.
Order filled. Order filled.
We yanked it. We yanked it. This is not typical, y'all. So I don't know. I may have to lose it. lose some of it because I made too much. Okay, let's see what I gotta do. But that's the orb strategy with news, which I did not anticipate. So, let's see. It looks like it's going up to grab liquidity. I need to lose about 500. Man, it's just running. So without news, we're going to do this again next week, but today was a good day. I think I have to give some of my profit back, though. So, gold is still running, y'all. Look at it run. Got about 13 more minutes left on this current candle. That's crazy. I didn't get a chance to set my take profit or any of that. So if I'd had the opportunity to, I probably would have stopped it. Probably right here at this level here. But man, I didn't expect the trend to be what it is. So fix it before the end of today. But my profit here on this one, total for today is 2,084. So that's what we'll go with. This will be it for me today, and we're gonna call it quits. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you don't have that notification bell, man, look at gold run. If you don't have that notification bell on, make sure you turn that notification bell on. And until next time,